Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Oxford 4000 Essential English Words podcast, episode 98. I am Emma, your guide through the fascinating world of English vocabulary.
And I am Frank, here to ask the questions you might be thinking, and hopefully not embarrass myself too much along the way. How are you doing today, Emma?
I am doing quite well, thank you, Frank. I am ready to dive into some words that seem simple on the surface, but have some really interesting layers.
I love layers, like a good cake, or an onion if you are feeling emotional. So, what is on the menu for today?
Today, we have a mix of business, nature, and perspective. Here is the full list for today: resign, reliance, hive, opposite, inner, tribe, upside, model, action, and new.
Wait, new? As in NEW? That feels like a freebie. I feel like I passed the test already.
Do not get too confident, Frank. Even the simplest words have specific contexts that are worth mastering. But before we get into the nitty gritty, we have a small favor to ask our listeners.
That is right. If you want to help us keep the lights on and the vocabulary flowing, please take a second to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this episode with a friend.
And do not forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. It really helps us create more polished episodes for you. Now, let us begin our word by word deep dive.
Lead the way, Emma. What is our first contender?
Our first word is resign. Resign. This is a verb. The most common meaning is to voluntarily leave a job or other position. In Chinese, this means 辞职.
Right, like when you tell your boss, I cannot take it anymore, I quit. But resign sounds a bit more professional, right?
Exactly. It implies a formal notification. But there is a second, equally important meaning. To resign yourself to something means to accept that something unpleasant cannot be changed. In Chinese, this corresponds to 听任 or 顺从.
Oh, that is a bit darker. So it is not quitting a job, it is like quitting the fight against reality.
That is a poetic way to put it. For example, you could say, she resigned as director. That is the first meaning. But for the second meaning, you might say, he resigned himself to a long wait at the airport.
I hate that feeling. Let me try. After realizing the restaurant was closed, we resigned ourselves to eating cold pizza at home.
Perfect usage. And usually, when you resign from a job, you give a letter of resignation. Moving on, our next word is reliance. Reliance. This is a noun, meaning the state of depending on or trusting in something or someone. In Chinese, it means 依赖 or 依靠.
This is related to the verb rely, correct? Like, I rely on my alarm clock.
Precisely. Reliance is the noun form. We often talk about a heavy reliance on something. For instance, the region has a heavy reliance on tourism for its income.
Or in my case, my reliance on coffee is becoming a serious issue.
We all have our vices, Frank. A good synonym here would be dependence. You could say, we need to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels.
Got it. So reliance is the noun, rely is the verb.
Correct. Next up, we have a word that might make you think of insects: hive. Hive.
Bees, a beehive.
Yes, literally, a hive is a structure where bees live. In Chinese, that is filmfang. But metaphorically, we use it to describe a place full of people who are busy working. In this sense, it means 忙碌的场所.
Oh, I see. So if an office is super chaotic and everyone is running around, it is a hive.
Exactly. We often say a place is a hive of activity. For example, the kitchen was a hive of activity as the chefs prepared for the banquet.
That is a great image. I can imagine the buzzing sound. So I could say, during the sale, the shopping mall was a total hive of shoppers.
You would probably say it was a hive of activity, but your meaning is clear. It emphasizes the busy energy. Now let us look at opposite. Opposite.
This one feels straightforward. Up is the opposite of down. Left is the opposite of right.
True. As an adjective or noun, it means completely different. In Chinese, 相反的, but it is also a preposition meaning sitting or standing across from someone or something. In Chinese, that is 在对面.
Right, like the bank is opposite the supermarket.
Correct. And we often use the phrase the complete opposite to emphasize a strong contrast. For example, his personality is the complete opposite of his brother's.
My brother is quiet and I never stop talking. We are opposites.
Indeed. Next word, inner. Inner. This adjective refers to the inside or interior part of something. In Chinese, 内部的. It can also refer to thoughts or feelings that are private and not expressed. In Chinese, 内心的.
Like inner peace, Kung Fu Panda style?
Exactly. Inner peace, inner strength, or an inner circle of friends. It is the opposite of outer.
So if I have a secret thought, that is my inner voice telling me to eat the last cookie.
That is your inner monologue, yes. Consider the sentence. The inner workings of the watch are very complex. That is physical. But she kept her inner feelings hidden. That is emotional.
Got it. Physical inside or emotional inside.
Moving on to tribe. Tribe. Historically, this refers to a social division in a traditional society consisting of families or communities with a common culture and dialect. In Chinese, 部落.
Like ancient tribes in history books. But I hear people use this on social media a lot now, like find your tribe.
Spot on. In modern English, a tribe can informally refer to a group of people who share the same interests or background. In Chinese, you might translate that loosely as 一伙人 or 志同道合的一群人.
So gamers are a tribe. Knitters are a tribe.
Exactly. You might say, after moving to the city, it took him a while to find his tribe.
I like that. It sounds very belonging focused.
Next, we have upside. Upside. This noun refers to the positive or favorable aspect of a situation. In Chinese, 积极面 or 好处.
Is this related to upside down?
The phrase upside down means the top is at the bottom, but just the word upside by itself usually means the advantage. It is often paired with downside.
So the bad part is the downside, the good part is the upside. Like, the downside of rain is getting wet, but the upside is my garden gets watered.
Perfect example. The upside of the delay was that we had time for coffee.
I am always looking for the upside.
That is a good attitude. Our next word is model. Model. This is a versatile noun. It can be a representation of something, usually on a smaller scale, which in Chinese is 模型. It can be an example to follow, which is 模范, or it can be a person employed to display clothes, a 模特.
That is a lot of meanings. So, a model airplane, a role model, and a supermodel.
Precisely. Context is key. A business model refers to a company's plan for making a profit. A role model is someone you admire.
My dad is my role model, but I also like building model cars.
Both are excellent uses of the word. Next is action. Action. This noun describes the process of doing something to achieve an aim. In Chinese, 行动. It can also refer to the exciting events in a story or film. In Chinese, 情节 or 动作.
Lights, camera, action.
Yes, that is the doing aspect. We often say take action. For example, we need to take immediate action to solve the problem.
And for movies, I love action movies. Lots of explosions and car chases.
Exactly. You can also say a place is where the action is, meaning where the excitement is happening.
The kitchen at a party is always where the action is.
True. And finally, our last word, as you noted earlier, is new.
New, N-E-W, not old, in Chinese, 新的.
Simple, yes. But consider the collocations. We have brand new, meaning completely new. We have new to me, meaning used, but I just got it. And we have phrases like turn over a new leaf.
Turn over a new leaf? That means to start fresh, right? To behave better?
Yes. So even a simple word has depth. Think about the difference between a new car and a new idea. One is physical, one is conceptual.
Okay, fair point. I will not underestimate new anymore.
Excellent. Before we see how these fit together, remember to save this word list. Subscribe and hit the bell so you catch the next 10 words. Now, let us see these words in action.
Let's do it. What is the setup?
Imagine two friends, Sarah and Mike, catching up at a coffee shop. Sarah has just made a big career change. I will play Sarah.
And I will be Mike. Ready when you are.
Honestly, Mike, deciding to resign was the terrifying part. I had such a heavy reliance on that steady paycheck.
I bet. But looking at you now, you seem like a whole new person. What changed?
I just realized the corporate model was not for me. I wanted to find my own tribe, people who care about creativity, not just spreadsheets.
So, where are you working now? Is it completely opposite to the old place?
Totally. It is a co working space downtown. It is an absolute hive of action. Designers, writers, coders.
That sounds intense. Is there a downside?
Not really. The upside is I have found this inner calm. I am finally doing work that matters to me.
Wow, inner calm and a busy hive? Sounds like you really made the right move.
I really did.
Nice. Sarah sounds much happier. I liked how we fit hive and tribe in there. It makes the workplace sound like a little civilization.
It does. It paints a vivid picture of a bustling, community focused environment. Now, are you ready to put our listeners to the test?
I was born ready. It is time for our Chinese to English practice segment. Here is how it works. I am going to give you a sentence in Chinese that uses a few of today's words. I will give you 5 seconds to translate it into English, and then Emma will help us break it down.
This helps solidify the meaning and the grammar. Let us go.
All right, challenge number 1. This sentence uses resign and inner. Listen carefully. 虽然他辞去了工作，但他找到了内心的平静。5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How did you do? A great way to say this is, although he resigned from his job, he found inner peace.
You could also say he resigned, but he found inner calm. The key is linking resign with that feeling of inner something. Okay, round 2. This one is harder. It uses reliance, model, and new. Here is the Chinese 我们必须采取一个新的模型来减少对他人的依赖. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a business style sentence. You could say, we must adopt a new model to reduce reliance on others.
Reduce reliance on others. That is the chunk to remember. Okay, last one. This is the boss level. It uses upside, opposite, and action. Try this. 这个行动的好处是它产生了完全相反的结果. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was tricky. A good translation would be, the upside of this action is that it produced the complete opposite result.
Or maybe the upside of the action was the exact opposite outcome. Wait, is that a good thing? If I want cake and get the opposite, that is salad. That is a bad upside.
It depends on the context. Maybe the opposite result was a surprise profit.
True, true. Perspective matters. Well, that wraps up our practice session. You guys did great.
Indeed, we have covered a lot of ground today, from finding your tribe to reducing reliance.
Before we go, here's a sneak peek at the words coming up in the next episode. Get your dictionaries ready for peripheral, physical, truly, liner, chart, hinder, what, fever, rug, and thickly.
Peripheral and hinder sound particularly useful for advanced speakers. We look forward to exploring those with you.
As always, if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. It really helps us out.
Thank you for listening to Oxford 4000 Essential English Words. Keep practicing, and we will see you next time.
See ya!